Hello, 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 and welcome to Redefining the Significance of You Time for You, by you, because of you. My name is Denise Drinkwalter, and I'm a midlife renewal coach supporting women worldwide to lean into and realize the importance of you. This channel aims to provide you, the viewer, with some takeaways that will help you shift, change, evaluate, and or become more aware of what is possible. We have a variety of guests sharing life experiences that have helped them become the incredible human beings that they are today. Everyone, every one of us has had that infamous free time in our lives where we feel maybe guilty, embarrassed, and or wrong for taking out time for ourselves. Well, we are here to change that and show you what is possible when you take the time for you, by you, because of you. What an honor and a privilege it is to introduce Joy Kirst to our show today. Joy is the founder and CEO of Modern Age Skin. It's a skincare brand specifically designed for women navigating the challenges of perimenopause and menopause. With 4 years of experience as a skincare formulator and over 15 years of personal health research, she brings a unique blend of expertise and lived experience to her work. Although Joy doesn't really consider herself an expert, her commitment to learning, consulting with others in the field, and helping women avoid the same struggles she faced makes her a true authority in this space. She uses her platform not only to promote her products, but to educate and empower women through these transformative stages of life. With a growing community of over 3,000 Instagram followers, 5,700 TikTok followers, and a newly rebuilt Facebook following, Joy is making a meaningful impact by providing resources and support for women to feel their best. Joy, thank you so much for being here today with us. We are really excited to dive into your journey and the work that you're doing to help women become empowered and informed.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. I love to see you. I love watching you on this YouTube channel and just seeing all the really cool things that you do for women. I mean, I think that we need somebody to kind of push us a little bit in that direction and know that these kinds of things are great to be talked about. So I really
Absolutely.
appreciate being here.
I'm so glad that our paths have crossed. And for those of you who don't know Joy, you need to get to know her. She is the kindest soul on the face of the earth. Honestly, I was able to access your product that you've created, and I fell in love. I absolutely fell in love. And because I'm in Canada and you are in the States, there was a little bit of how do we get it there? It seemed to be missing in action. And I'm like, I need this. What are you doing to me? And you were just the most supportive. I felt so bad. I'm like, I don't know where it is. And we found it. And you were just so gracious about making sure that I got the product. It was just wonderful to work with you. So if that's your makeup, which it is, and who you are that builds a product, I know that it's a heart-centered project for you. I
It,
really do.
Thank you. It is, and I consider myself like you're my Canadian sister. I'm a Southerner, right? And so we're like this. I just want to help you. I felt so terrible that that thing disappeared in the mail somewhere. So I'm really glad that it got there, and I'm so happy that you love it. It's very fulfilling and makes me feel good when people. This is my baby, right?
Yeah.
This brand and this, we just have the one product now, but it really is. It was like having a baby and putting it out there. So for somebody to tell you that they love your baby is like amazing, right?
And I'm not just saying it to say it. People who know me know that I'm nothing but the truth. So if it's not a match, I make it like it's not a match. It is
Yeah.
more than a match. I absolutely love the product. I call it my liquid gold. It is, it is. I put it on every morning. I put it on every night. I'm like, there I am. It just feels so amazing, and it just makes the skin incredible. Tell us how you got into this. What happened?
Yeah, I like many entrepreneurs, we were solving our own problems, right? And I went into perimenopause unbeknownst to me at 38. And even after, I mean, I literally went, I've already gone through menopause and it's been several years now. And it was never said to me, even after I went through menopause, I finally got to, I'm like, wait a minute, now that I've done all my research, realized that that's what was happening at the time. But my health was kind of haywire. My periods changed. I wasn't sleeping well. I just didn't feel right in my skin. And I went to my doctor and, you know, my OBGYN who delivered both of my children, I'd known him for years and years, and said, something's not right. I can't, this is not good. And he tested my hormones and said, you're fine. I'm like, I'm not fine, right? So that was kind of the beginning of my journey of trying to figure out what was going on. And my skin started breaking out again, which really stinks when you're in your, 30s and 40s. You go through it when you're like your teenagers and your hormones
Sure.
are all over, right? You kind of expect it then, but it happens again to a lot of people, not everyone, but to a lot of
Yeah.
people, that your hormones are out of whack and you get cystic acne again, and it's really unpleasant. So I stripped down my system of how I was taking care of my skin, but also my diet too,
Right.
and started from scratch and started to DIY it back, gosh, it must have been 2012, 2010, 2012, somewhere in there. And found things that worked really well for me, like natural oils. I did a lot of research on my own and found things that worked. And as time progressed and other people started to have the same sort of problems, my friends, they were asking for samples because it seemed to be working for me. And I decided that I didn't really want to do any horrible damage to anybody, to take the upper layer of their skin off. So I went back and got a skincare formulation certificate, so that I knew what I was doing. And really, after many, many iterations of this product, of getting just the exact right combination of oils and actives in there, is now what we have as the innovator, which was our first product, that we won an award for this year, the Shape Best Facial Oil for 2024. So that was very rewarding as well, to be recognized for that too. So, but it nourishes your skin, as you said, but also helps with collagen production, your own collagen production. It helps with cellular turnover to kind of help get rid of the acne. It's got some anti-inflammatory and antibacterial properties to it. So it will help with the acne too, but it's all very light, high in linoleic acid, which is similar to the same kind of oil that your own skin produces. So it will soak in very quickly, and it'll actually balance out your oil production if you are an oily skin person. And won't leave a greasy film on your pillow at night, and won't make your makeup slip off in the morning, which are two big things in a lot of facial. It's great to put it on at night, but then you got to sit there and wait until it soaks in.
Right.
This soaks in very quickly, as you know, but just to kind of inform everybody else. And it's lovely. I love it. I use it all over. I put it everywhere on my body and even on my scalp, and it doesn't make things greasy, which is great.
It makes it's so it's light, even though it, like when it comes up. And I love your packaging, by the way. Oh my
Thank you.
gosh.
Thank you.
You guys, the packaging is incredible. Not only the branding, but the actual tool with which you apply the oil is fantastic. It's so brilliant, and it
Yeah,
travels really well.
you pointed that out to me, which I didn't even think about, is that it's for people who maybe have some trouble with their hands,
Yep.
Arthritis or anything
Yeah.
like that. The way it dispenses is so easy that it's easy for people, even if they have difficulty with their hands. So didn't even think about that, but I think that's amazing. I'm really happy that people who might have difficulty opening packages or using them, that this could be really helpful for them too, and easy to use.
Yeah. I like how it adapts to the various needs of the body.
Yeah. Yeah, I focus on adaptogens, and for people who aren't aware of what those are, they have great nutrients that give your body what it needs and not all the extra stuff if you don't need it. So it kind of, you take it in and it adapts to what your body needs at the time. So if you need added moisture, there it is. If it doesn't, you're okay. It's not going to overwhelm your skin. So it's yeah, I try to focus on that in each one of the products that I formulate. We do have more. They're slow going. This is to say this is a glacial pace industry is kind, I think. I jokingly told someone that I could have like gotten pregnant and given birth 3 times in the amount of time it took me to formulate this and actually get it on the market. It's incredible how long it takes. But every product that I have has some kind of adaptogen in it, at least one, if not more.
I love it. I can't wait. Do you have an idea of how many different products you're looking at eventually moving into the market, or no?
So at the moment, I have 5 that have been tested and approved. I'm just slowly, I kind of wanted to test the market
Yeah,
gently, right? And didn't want to
yeah,
jump in too quickly.
fair.
So I do have the oil. The next product that's going to come out is an overnight exfoliating serum. So it's a very nourishing. The issue that I always have with a lot of exfoliating serums is that either they can be too harsh
Yeah,
on older skin, which gets
yes,
thinner,
yes.
and then doesn't provide the moisture on top of it. So it does have ceramides and peptides in it, a lot of hyaluronic acid, and then a very nice, gentle, buffered acid. So you put it on, you don't feel a sting, you're never going to peel. It's very gentle in the way. I prefer a chemical exfoliant on skin because physical exfoliant will literally leave little scratches in your skin. And when you're older and your skin is thinner, that's the last thing that you want. It
Yeah.
could exacerbate any sort of secondary issues you might get from aging, like eczema or rosacea, things like that can make it worse.
Hmm. Hmm.
So that's the next one. And fingers crossed, I'm shooting for October. I don't know that that's going to happen. I wish I could say it would happen, but I love it. And the friends that I've given it to test really, really like it. Goes on very light. And when
Yeah.
you wake up in the morning, your skin feels like soft and plump, which is great.
And then you can probably just apply the oil without it, like it can be multi-use,
Yeah, you can use
right?
the
Yeah,
oil on top of it too if you like a
yeah.
little added moisture. I like a thicker kind of, so I'll put more of that oil on than probably most people would, but that's just my
Hmm.
preference.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
yes, you can use them together.
yeah.
I recommend people use the acid just at night. You could use it during the day, just as long as you make sure that you put on plenty of sunscreen whenever time you
Sure.
use an acid, you should always wear lots of sunscreen. Or all the time, really. I grew up in the South and I've got all
Yeah,
kinds of like spotty damage, and it's all because I spent the 80s in the sun. So
I hear you. With
yeah.
what did you use? We used to put on baby oil.
Oh yeah, you like deep fried yourself. Like pour day baby
Hello.
oil and then go lay out in the sun. It's terrible.
And you know what? As we learn, we do better.
Yeah, yeah, that's
Right?
right.
Yeah,
Great. Now I dip
yeah,
myself in sunscreen every day, and I
yeah,
like lather it all over my
yeah.
kids are older now, so I can't really put it on them, but I'm hoping that I instilled it in them that they put it on.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, that's the next product. And then I have a cleansing stick. It's a solid stick, which I really
Oh,
like. And if you don't like that, I actually I've produced you could use it as a double cleanse. So it's a cleansing
okay.
balm, but it has a little bit of a pH balanced surfactant in it. So it washes off clean. Like some balms I don't like, they make my skin very oily.
Yeah,
And so you could use this alone and your skin doesn't feel oily.
nice.
And then after that, I'd like to venture into body. I'm like
Mm,
fiddling around a little bit with a body butter, like a lighter weight body butter
nice.
that has the same active ingredient as the oil.
Oil. Yeah,
So will help
yeah,
with spots.
yeah.
Yeah. And
Nice.
crepey skin, right? Like that
Yep.
collagen production, you lose your elasticity. So it'll help with that as well.
Amazing. Amazing. Do you sleep at night, or are you just like so excited because of all the wheels turning about? I can do this and I can do this. Or how do you
It's,
find it?
sometimes I wake up with the aha moment kind of thing. Oh, I should do this. I've gotten much better at sleeping, right? My perimenopause journey, as many people have gone through, like you wake up in the middle of the night and your brain starts going, you can't shut it off.
Yeah.
So I've gotten to the point where that doesn't really happen as much to me unless there's something
Nice.
really intense going on. I feel like I
Yeah.
need to think about it. But
Yeah.
no, I lead a pretty balanced life. I play a lot of tennis. I like to do things with my kids. My oldest is now in college, and so we go and visit her. And yeah, my youngest is a track runner, so we've been kind of
Nice.
encouraging that. So yeah, we've got lots of other things going on. And while the modern age skin is my child as well, it's
Yeah.
definitely not the only thing that I do. I have to
Absolutely.
gotta be, as you know, right? I mean, this is kind of what you talk about a lot, is that you need that balance. You need
100%.
to the self-care part of whatever that is for you. For me, it's tennis. Like I love to play
Yep.
tennis. For other people, it could be meditating or cooking or whatever that is, travel, whatever it is
Yeah.
that gets you to regenerate, you have to
Yeah.
do it.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And do it without that guilt. Oh
Yeah,
no, I'm
that's
taking
rough,
time out.
right? I mean, you feel like really guilty
The
about taking
journey.
time for yourself. It's really terrible. I've learned to let that go too, but it does take
Right.
a while. I'm 53. I think it took a while. You feel really bad, particularly as a parent, that you're
Oh yeah.
neglecting. Like if you're taking care of yourself, you're not taking care of somebody else. Um,
Absolutely.
but
Absolutely. It's a journey that I think we get to walk, and I don't want people to go down a rough road in order to understand how important giving back to ourselves is, which is the whole intent of the show, right?
yeah,
So what you started to do by looking after your health and doing the research and finding things out about what's working and what isn't working, and then you started to play with it even more, and then people started to ask you, can I have, I want what you're making, I want some of that. Your interest and desire to change for you, by you, because of you has grown into something that you maybe at the time didn't think it would grow into what it's grown into, but I'm so grateful it has, because you are impacting so many women with the product that is absolutely superb one. I can't say enough about it. It's so incredible. And I'm
thank
so
you.
grateful that you.
It is why I decided to do it too, and we became more of an activist brand, is that really the educational part of it means more to me than anything else. Like my skin was
Mhm.
something that I could control, but the other stuff I couldn't. I felt like I was spinning out of control, right? And nobody was
Yeah.
giving me the information that I needed. And so if I do nothing else but educate people such that they don't have to go through the nonsense that I went through for 15
Yeah.
years, including even having an unnecessary surgery, I will have considered this a
Yeah.
success, because no one
Totally.
should have to go through that.
Totally. It's a way bigger piece of the puzzle than just the skincare. Totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
You're coming up on your first year anniversary of your soft launch.
Yeah.
Would you do it again?
I would do it again. I think it's been very rewarding for me. Like when I talk to somebody like you that like loves it, or if I
Oh,
talk to somebody who is learning things of how to advocate for themselves and getting information about what perimenopause is and what that process looks like and some of the things that you can do to feel
mhm.
better. Yes, I would do it again. I think that the what I have learned on the backside, right? It's like working at the sausage factory, right? And then eating the sausage, right? You learn
Yes.
about all these things on the back end that you had no concept of. And and I had this great conversation this week. I was in Miami. We did the Conscious Beauty Collective, which I'm a part of, brands. We did a big launch event at a shop in Miami where I think there are about 10 or 12 of us that are on the shelf there.
Yeah.
Was that it's such a sketchy industry on the backside. There's so many people who are looking to scam us, the brand owners. And it really stinks that there are that
Mm,
many people that are out there. So helping each other in
right.
this collaborative is amazing. I love that being a
Huge.
solopreneur can be very lonely.
Hmm.
So having a group that you can kind of bounce these ideas off of and kind of tell them, watch out for this one, don't work with these, or ask for advice has been amazing. So that's been the rough part. Like I'm glad I'm older and I have like a level of
Yes.
skepticism about a lot of things until somebody gives me enough information to know better, right? To understand better. It's sort of, it feels terrible kind of to have to feel as if you're being
Yeah.
approached by everyone as they're trying to take something from you.
Yeah.
It's not fun.
It's not fun, but at the same time, like you've already suggested, because you've got the strategies underneath your belt, because you've been around for a while, you're not going to be, pulled off on the side and be what would I call it, like swindled, right? You're not
Yeah.
going to be, and thank heavens, because this is too important to let it get clouded, right?
Yeah, I agree. I'm glad that I mean, my father is from Brooklyn. So I feel like he instilled that healthy level of skepticism. It's just it's
Absolutely.
part of my fabric of growing up. So I think that helped an awful lot. But you're right. Like I've been through
Absolutely.
this before. I've had different businesses and
Yeah.
this is not my first rodeo, as we like to say in Texas.
It,
And so it's,
yeah.
I'm glad. And I'm glad that you kind of push through it and kind of weed that stuff out pretty quickly so you can get to the meat of it, right?
And that's exactly, I mean, that is exactly what you're doing. And I love that there's a collaborative approach, that you found like-minded and people that you can work alongside and together and create an even bigger, I'm going to say footprint, I hope, in the
Yeah.
world for this important conversation, because everybody, hopefully, majority of the people get to experience, even though I say that with sort of tongue in cheek, but at the same time, it's important. Otherwise, we wouldn't have lived that long to be able to experience it. So, flip side of that is not a happy thought. So, to
Right.
me, those for people who get to experience perimenopause, menopause, now have people like yourself who are educating, and they don't have to do it alone in the dark the way we've had to. Right?
Yeah, I'm super happy that this has like become a conversation at the forefront. I'm very thankful for
Absolutely.
people like Halle Berry and Oprah Winfrey and Naomi Watts, who have kind of come to the front to talk
Yeah.
about this stuff in a way that it's like, yeah, we're aging. That's a good thing, because anti-aging is bullshit,
Yeah.
right? If you're not aging, what are you?
What
You're
is it?
dead,
Yeah.
right? Right. So let's all get on with it and to have these conversations in a more
Yeah.
open way that
Exactly.
I think it's great. I think it's great.
Exactly. Exactly. I totally agree. And I'm glad that you were able to be a part of our conversation today. Is there anything that you want to make sure our listeners know about, understand, hear from you before we depart?
Yeah, don't be afraid to take the leap about anything, really. I mean, it's sort of like the line of what you do in your business of, right? This is a whole new phase of life, and you feel pretty great, honestly. I mean, you go through bumps and whatnot, we do everywhere in our lives regardless of how old you are. But don't be afraid to take that leap, right? And learn about whatever it is. Maybe you don't want to start a business, that's fine. If
Yeah.
you're going through issues in my case of perimenopause and menopause, there's lots of resources out there. Don't be afraid to ask. Don't be afraid to look for information or ask anybody anything, honestly.
Right.
I'm always really, and I'm sure you feel the same way. I love to talk to people about this stuff or
Yeah.
anything. I'm not afraid of people asking a question of someone who knows more than me or having somebody come to me. I want to be helpful. So don't be afraid to approach
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
to do those kinds of things and to learn more and grow.
Exactly. It's an evolution. And if
Mm-hmm.
you're going to be part of your journey, you get to ask those questions. You get to get curious. You get to explore,
Mm-hmm.
because don't just go down the lane you've always been in. Keep the comfort where it needs to be kept, but start stepping out and seeing what's possible.
Yeah.
Totally agree with you on that. I love it. For those of you who don't know, I have a journal that I have created that you can find on Amazon, and it's called For You, By You, Because of You. It's an um, guided journal for empowered women to help you start taking small steps every single day and start reflecting on what you spend your time on. And our goal is to help you spend more time on you, for you, by you, because of you. not for the angle of guilt, but from the angle of desire and curiosity. So if you don't have your copy of that book, I've had incredible feedback from it. So I'm so grateful that it is on Amazon and people can grab it from wherever country they're in. It's open. You just look for my name, Denise Drinkwalter, and you will find it, or reach out and send me a message, and I'll help you find it. And Joy, thank you so much for being you, for continuing the conversations you have, for continuing to open yourself up to learning and opportunities. I have been blessed with your presence on the show today, and with your brilliance and your desire to help people with their skin and with understanding life changes in mid-years, and not always in midlife, right? Not always. It's
No, not
sometimes way
always.
earlier. So
Yes.
thank you for being a guiding
Thank you. And
light.
thank you so much for having me. It's such a pleasure to see you again. I love it. I love
Always
what you do.
great.
Thank you.
Always great to connect with you. Have a wonderful rest of your day. And if you have not yet subscribed to our channel, make sure that you do. Take care, everyone. Bye.
Bye.